Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Project Return Online Classroom. This is Miss Madison, and today we are going to be making our own duct tape pencil pouches, once again just using a gallon-sized bag. We're going to be using a gallon-sized bag, some duct tape, scissors, and then optional things are a ruler, and then also if you have any Sharpies, any markers, anything permanent that we can use to decorate. I don't know how many of you guys have colored duct tape around the house, but maybe at least you have some of the gray kind. And while that might not be the cutest look right away, we can definitely decorate it and make it really fun. The cool thing about these bags is that they hold all of your pencils, your pens, your markers, any of your art supplies, makeup supplies, anything like that really well. It also keeps it waterproof, and it's also something fun that you can customize yourself and with household items. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And make sure before you put any duct tape down, you're working on a surface that is going to be able to take the duct tape. If you're working on a surface that you're afraid of any paint getting pulled up, I would put some cardboard, something behind it that you don't mind getting a little bit more roughed up when we pull up the duct tape. So to start this off, I am using a gallon-sized storage bag. You can also do the same thing with a quart-sized bag. It's just going to make it a little bit smaller. If you're going to do it with a quart-sized bag, just keep in mind that any of the measurements that I say for the tape, they're approximate anyways for even the gallon-sized bag, but they are obviously going to be different. We're going to start with our bag folded up from the bottom to the top. This is going to make it so our bag is a little bit shorter. I mean, obviously you could make one the full length if you wanted to, but that might be a little bit big. We're kind of going more for something that is longer and shorter at top. So I fold it in half and I leave about not quite an inch, maybe about a half an inch to a 3/4 inch up top. What this is going to do is make it so that when we put our duct tape right here, it's going to really seal it in. Plus it makes it so the bag isn't quite as narrow. And it'll be a more secure attachment when we put our duct tape on. I'm also going to make sure that my bag is open so that when we are pressing down, we're not going to be holding in any air, risking any pops, and everything can come out really flat and really nice and clean. So since for the other demo one, I used a more of a colorful print, I'm going to use my gray one for this one. Now you're going to need, if you're using a gallon-sized bag, 7 strips, approximately a foot long. But you really just want it long enough so that it goes obviously the length of the bag and then also a little bit further out. And you will also be needing 2 pieces that are approximately 6 inches long for these sides. If I can, I usually like to keep my pre-ripped tape right next to me on the side of the desk so that way it's easy to get to. And then using my first 3 foot-long strips, I'm going to line up the first one right underneath the zipper, making sure it's really tight, and I'm going to flatten it from the middle out to the left, and then once again from the middle out to the right. I'm going to flatten that out. I'm going to do that same thing, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap on the bottom. We're going to take care of the bottom portion in the next step, but right now we're taking the first 3 pieces, lightly layering them. You don't want to make them overlap too much that it causes, a weird difference in the sizes of them. But you want to overlap them a little bit. Put those first 3 down. We are then going to flip over the bag and we're going to place the other 3 on the opposite side. We have to make sure that we are lining it up as closely as you can. It doesn't have to be exact because we are going to be trimming off that excess anyways, but just as close as we can so that it's not too wonky looking. And then once we have 6 out of the 7 strips of tape on there, we are going to cut off the excess on the ends. You can keep a little bit of a gap because we want to be mindful of the edge of the bag. We don't want to cut it or, put any holes in the bag whatsoever. So now for the last little portion, we're going to be putting that bottom strip on as well as these side strips to even it out, frame it out, and make sure it looks really clean. For the demo one, I did the bottom portion first, then I put on my side strips. For this one, I'm going to do the opposite to show how you can change it and make it look like your own style. So I'm going to put on my 6-inch side strips. I'm going to line it up so that it's close to the middle as it can get. I have it lined up to the middle as close as I possibly can. I wrap them around the sides, trim off the edges, and do that to both the sides. The bottom portion is very similar where I'm going to line it up as close to the middle as I can. We do have to account for the fact that it does have to fold over the bottom, so it's going to be a little bit less than half on that side that's underneath my bag, but as close as you can get it. I'm going to flatten it all out, trim it up, and then all of the tape will be on for our bag to be completed. And here it is, all finished. I decorated it pretty simply with just my name on it, but you can put whatever you like. You can do our Zentangle doodles on them. You can do whatever you'd like to decorate it, your name, what it is on the inside. Maybe if you use it as a makeup pouch, you can put makeup. There's a lot of different options that you can do. But I hope you guys had fun with this, and I hope you guys can have a little bit of a pencil pouch, makeup pouch, some sort of whatever pouch you want to use. Use it for using just a bag and some duct tape and whatever you have to decorate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you for the next one. Bye!